Alright chaps, thought I'd do a video on what I've been working on lately. It's an application called Pulse. I've been working on audio-visual stuff, as some of you may know. Some of you might not, but that's irrelevant. What is relevant is that my app is actually coming along pretty well. So if I start this, I'll show you guys what it does. I'll load my, let's see, where is this? It's in C, new, demo. Right, so this is my demo application, for want of a better word. I guess it is an application. Anyway, this is like my demo project, that's what I'm meaning, and in it I've got 3 different shapes I can play about with. But what is the purpose of this? Well, that is the question. This is for making videos that go along to music. I might make the music bit optional because it's really, I think it would be quite good for designing logos. Just in an image manipulation sense, it's pretty cool, but when you get onto the rest of it, which is awesome, then you'll see why. So I'll just play my demo application for now, my demo project even, and show you guys what it's all about, and then I'll kind of walk through how you do things a bit. But for now, I'll just full screen it and start it. Yeah. So that's basically what it does. I had a few things going on there. I had the star moving to the beat, like doom, 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 doom. I had this reacting, well, you can see here. I had it reacting every so often in a kind of bizarre pattern that I made up, which kind of worked alright actually, and then at the end it kind of just freaks out a little bit the whole time. The purple star, not the star, I was looking at the star while I said that. The purple triangle is just going up and down every 2 beats. Nice and simple, and then it's tapering off. And the effects that they're doing are all configured through this guy, my event generator, where you can pick an effect, apply it, and then you can tailor the effect to the beat here. So that's the basics of it in terms of what it's actually doing. So you are creating a bunch of shapes. Sorry. You're creating a bunch of shapes. You are modifying them to the beat, as it were, or however you want. This is why I think it might be good if you just want to do a visual thing, if you just got rid of the sound layer, made it optional. But I'm thinking about that. I probably will add it, honestly, because I can think of a few uses where I don't want to use sound. So here you can see that I can load regular shapes like triangles. I can do these shapes. This is my shape picker currently. You can do a circle, a triangle, a square, a diamond, a weird like drop thing, a star, and text. Text is pretty cool. I've actually got some functionality that I don't think is here, which is a shame, because it's really good functionality. I added the ability to change fonts, but I guess it's not in this build. Anyway, so here I can go like, what up, y'all? I can put whatever I want in here. So you've got your triangles and your circles, etc. But then you've also got this, which is obviously more complex. So here what you can do is you can add an image instead, and I only support SVGs. They are vectors. They're the only ones I support, but I can load them in. So if you can convert a file into a vector, you can load it into this program, which is pretty cool. And then once you've got your vector in, it just does like the outline. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough. You can also then add colors. So I can say I want this to be red. And it looks kind of weird, but if I tweak this, and more importantly, if I make it hollow, then I can start doing some really cool stuff with this skull. Like that. Which is just freaking awesome. So if I enlarge the skull a bit, bring this back down. So the skull itself actually looks like... How can I do this? That is what the skull looks like, right? So if I was to... load up the SVG file, this is what it looks like. But because I can add different layers, I can start layering it on top of itself. Like this. Because I've got my layer, I need this to go like... Which one is it? So you can tweak it, you can tweak... You can tweak what I'm calling the iris, which is it draws the layers on top of themselves, but it shrinks them each time. And so, or it enlarges them, that's what's great about it. So you can start doing some crazy shit with this too, which is nice. For now I want like... that's pretty cool. You can also start filling in the layers, so you see that starts filling in the layers. It's not too good on vectors, honestly, unless they're really simple vectors. That one looks alright filled in. So yeah, it's not ideal for vectors, but it can work, is my point. But it works well with shapes. With shapes, it makes a big difference. So you can also change the thickness of the lines that you're drawing with to kind of give it this crazy look. I've noticed with this skull, when I increase the line thickness that it's drawing with, it kind of gets this graffiti look where it's got all these extra like lines sticking out of it, which is purely accidental, but it looks pretty damn cool. So I can increase that a bit. And again, with the skull, I hope this works, I can add various different effects to the skull. Because it's all red, you can't really tell what a lot of the effects are doing. But if I add another colour, like yellow, then it'll start stacking these colours over the different layers. You can reorder these. So you can move that up. It looks better like that, honestly. You can blend them. Maybe that'll look better the other way around. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, basically you can just play with all these settings there. If you increase the layers too much, it starts to look awesome, but it also kills my computer, because my computer's not... It's not amazing, I would say. My computer's alright. But it can handle like that. It's because this vector's very complicated, so it's having to do a lot of rendering. With the other shapes, you can get away with a lot, and if you've got simple vectors, you can get away with a lot as well. But the vectors, because it's rendering complex shapes, the extra layers really kill it. But fortunately, Vectors usually look better with less layers, so I'm not too concerned about that just now. You can start hiding layers, so you can do that, which is quite cool. You can like have it fade out, then come back in. So then, maybe I can do this. If I add an event, where's the fading event? Hidden layers. Which one is it? Here's the thing, I've got so many, it's quite hard to tell. I need to add labels. I think it might be this one, but I'm going to have to click it when it pops up. That's not great. See if I get it this time. If not, then I will, you know what? It's fine. I won't do that. We'll do this cool distortion effect instead. So now we can start adding the times for the event to go. So we want it maximum there, and then we want to start like bringing it back down to the middle, and then we can we add some more keyframes. I need to tweak this to make it a bit more intuitive as well. Like I need to add the ability to loop and stuff like that. But for now, if we do that, then now when we play, it's kinda, well, it's doing exactly what we would expect it to do. On the first beat, it's ramping up the vibrations, then it's bringing them back down. I'll lower them a bit more. I need to add I need to add horizontal lines to show you the values, because currently it's really hard to tell when it's dead center. With most things that doesn't matter, but with distortion it does, because if you're not dead center with distortion, you get that little ripple effect that you were seeing. And then I'll add another one here, and I'll try and bring it back down. This is something I really need to tweak. Let's see, are they matching? No, they're nowhere near. I'm not a very visual guy, that's the thing. I'm making very visual software, but visually, nah, that's not me. Like, I'm not an artist. I can't draw. I can barely even tell if these two lines are matching, so, you know. That's why I need the vertical lines. The horizontal ones even. But what I am is a good programmer, so I'm taking advantage of that to really make something pretty cool. So yeah, then you can add other events. So if we wanted, we could start doing some crazy shit. This one's a line thickness, I think. Let's try this. Now I've got a second event. Let's see what it does. Let's bring the timeline here and see what this does. So this is line thickness. So what we can do is no, that's maxing it. We can fade it out. I'm torn as to whether it should display where your current position is in the timeline when you're modifying one of these, which is what it's doing currently, or whether it should show you the actual thing you're modifying. I'm not sure. Maybe it should spawn it in a separate window and show you it, but that'd be a bit lame. Maybe it could show it down here. But I'm thinking about adding a bunch of controls down here. This is the problem when you make software, you run out of room. I could add a panel on the right, but then you've got less horizontal space, but that might not matter. You can resize this stuff, which is alright. You can zoom in, do all that funky shit. I'll get rid of this text. ABC is a bit lame. Yeah. And I mean, basically this is it, honestly. I think it's really cool, but I want to change the color of this. I'll make it green. I don't know whether it's actually cool or if I just think it's cool. That's always a difficult thing to figure out, you know? Wonder if we can give him a hat. Haven't got rotation in yet. That's a big weakness. I've not got rotation. Should be really easy, but I've just been lazy and I've been doing other cooler stuff. I mean, rotation is really boring to add. But I really should add it. I should add it so that, like, if you hold down control and use the mouse wheel, it rotates it or something. I don't know. I need to think of something. I don't know what yet, though. Let's see what this looks like. It's going to look crazy. So, I mean, this is basically it, honestly. What do you guys think? You should let me know. If you can think of any cool ideas, that would be good as well. There's a few things I'm trying to figure out how to do. Firstly, for each event, currently you have to remember what order you added them. So I want to add an indicator for what the event is. I've got a few options. One, which might be quite processor intensive, is that I could have a little box here, like cut a bit off here, and have a little box here for each event. So like you've got, where's the one that we added 2 events to? It was this one, wasn't it? Yeah. So you got your 2 events. I want to add a little box here for each one that would maybe just show that event in motion, just by itself, isolated, so that you could see which one it was. Kind of like the event picker does. Also, what do you think of the event picker? I came up with it spontaneously, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's quite fluid. It's a bit buggy, obviously. There was that one that kept disappearing, but, well, bugs are what make software fun. See, I can't even remember what this one was. Line thickness? Yeah, line thickness. Let's add some more keyframes, why not? It's always fun. Yeah, so that's one thing. How should I represent which event row it is? And what was the other thing? There's a few things I've been having issues with. That was one of them, figuring that out. So I could either do it that way, or I could let you name the event when you create it, and then have a drop down. It's not ideal though, is it? And then also, I need to figure out how to do like copy and pasting of stuff. I guess I can just do like the way like music software does it. I could copy that, just let you like drag and drop them. That'd be alright. It's not amazing though, is it? It's not amazing. But it is what it is. Just pick a random blue, color this, increase the layers, see what it looks like. Looks pretty epic once you up the layers, but it really slows it down. You can usually get away with like that many maybe for a vector. Let's see. Nah, it's really nuked it, you can see. I'd have to bring that down. This is something that optimization will probably help, and I am running it in debug mode, which also, again, doesn't help, but it shouldn't be this bad. I think it's actually the skull. The skull shouldn't be nerfing it, but maybe it is. Let's find out. Let's lower this a bit more as well. Till it's like there, maybe. We can mess about with this as well, like we can make it hollow, see what it looks like. Okay, that looks pretty cool. This is the thing, you get random shit, and then when you start playing about with it, you can actually do some really cool stuff. So honestly, I'm really impressed with it so far. Let's see, we can do that. Then we can bring the skull down here. Now what's it gonna look like? I mean, it's still running slow, don't get me wrong. However, even running slow, that was pretty cool. It's just an optimization thing. I can solve that. Bringing down the layers a lot will help. Let's see that. Is it going to fade away? We told it to fade away, right? We told the skull to fade away? Did we? Didn't we? Oh. It's kind of jumping into it. Don't know why that is. Need to figure that one out. What is the skull doing? I guess it's just sliding back up to the center. Oh well. I'm going to save that because I think it's really cool. However, for now, I think that's everything there is to show. I'm going to be adding a lot more, but yeah, let me know what you think. I think it's great, and I think this video went on way too long, but it's very easy to get caught up in this. It's very fun. But I'll end it now, and catch you guys on the flip side.